Today, Obama sends Congress a $3.8 trillion budget. It will make the deficit soar. Fox News says Republicans on Monday slammed President Obama's $3.8 trillion budget as a fiscally irresponsible spending spree, casting doubt on the administration's claim that the budget reflects cutbacks and hard choices. The fiscal year 2011 budget sent to Congress Monday includes new jobs creation, programs and additional funding for the war in Iraq and Afghanistan, but it's projected to add nearly $1.3 trillion in deficit spending on top of the current year's projected $1.6 trillion deficit. As he unveiled the budget, Obama warned the federal government to stop treating taxpayer dollars as monopoly money. Now, I don't know about you, but I see a disconnect there. Obama's the one who submits the budget. And then he says, now you guys, stop spending the money like it's monopoly money. It just, maybe I'm not smart enough, I don't know. But I see a huge disconnect there, speaking out of both sides of his mouth. Anyway, but Republicans question whether Obama was doing enough to follow his own advice. I don't think so. From Huffington Post, criticism came from the president's own party. Democratic candidate Robin Carnahan, a progressive, if you watch Glenn Beck, that's a red flag, expresses disappointment with Obama's lack of fiscal discipline. From where I stand here in Missouri, I'm disappointed in the president's budget recommendation. Budgets are about setting priorities, and it's time Washington started making fiscal discipline and tackling the long-term debt deficit higher priorities. For too long, officials in Washington, including Congressman Blunt, have contributed to our country's growing deficit with their wasteful government spending, earmarks, and favors for corporate special interests. In fact, as part of the Republican congressional leadership, Congressman Blunt helped turn a $128 million surplus in 2001 into a $1.2 trillion deficit in 2009. He continues, Missouri families have to balance their checkbook, and our government should be no different. So I urge our elected officials in Washington on both sides of the aisle to work together to get our country's long-term deficit under control. This from the LA Times. Republicans remain confident that Obama's budget proposal is their best argument against his party's dominance in Washington, knowing that it will be difficult for Democrats to pass off responsibility for the record federal debt when voters seem poised to turn against incumbents with a vengeance. Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell of Kentucky said, the fundamentals are clear. This budget is more of the same. More spending, more taxes, more debt. The Wall Street Journal says taxes on high-income earners will rise by nearly $1 trillion over the next 10 years under the budget plan put forward by President Barack Obama on Monday. Now, did you catch that number? The top 1 or 2% of our nation, their taxes are going up. In fact, over the next 10 years, by $1 trillion. That's a lot of money. You know, $1 trillion here, $1 trillion there. Pretty soon you're talking about a lot of money. The late Malcolm Forbes said, taxes are the penalty for working. The penalties for working are certainly going up. For Moderate News, this is Carlos Samaluk. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have a great evening.